Hello, all. I got Treehouse's Welcome Rock. This is a new one from them. I think it's their first single hop Motueka beer. And it's a single IPA, 6.8% alcohol, canned. Oh, this one doesn't have the canning date, but it's less than a week old. It's very fresh. Motueka is one of my favorite hops, but you kind of don't see it as a single hop IPA hop that much. Usually in blends. And I had a can of this today. I got it. My palate was a little bit shot, and it was like not exactly what I expected. So we'll see. Hopefully, hopefully it's really good and not weird or something. So here we go. Very pale and hazy. It seems like that's what a lot of brewers call the New Zealand style IPA. It says New Zealand style, but I think that means nothing because people are like New Zealand style Pilsner, New Zealand style IPA, and that just means it has New Zealand hops. There's no specific style like that New Zealand invented or that originated in New Zealand besides just using their hops. And their hops tend to make very pale and milky beers. I guess you have to use pale malts, but they tend to make them very hazy. The hazier a beer, a lot of times the paler it can be. So we're getting some interesting aromas already. Head looks pretty nice. It looks like a very decent beer. There you go. Yeah, quite opaque. And it has that New Zealand spiciness, but then the Motueka is just, I feel like it's fruitier and less weird than other New Zealand hops. It's less big on the spiciness and the grapiness and wininess. This has more of a key lime pie thing. Like even their malt character and yeast characters seems to be bringing out some graham crackery quality, which is I'm just kind of making it up in my head. Just like the key lime pie flavors that I love are kind of in this bit. Yeah, it smells really nice. Now we can't really get much else. I guess it does have a little bit of a white grape thing. Definitely like sweet lime, and maybe like yeah, that's really what it's getting. Key lime pie, a little creaminess. Maybe there's some sort of floral, sticky cannabisy thing a little bit. They say lemon jam, limeade, plump blueberries. Blueberries. I don't know, maybe a little bit. The taste gets a little spicier. Still sweet, but getting spicy. Hopefully it doesn't get too incensey. It's got this kind of sticky, honey, floral type thing right now. Yeah, it's not as limey and sort of bright in the flavor. But the thing is that sometimes with the spiciness and the punch of hoppiness, that sometimes you get used to it and your palate can sort of appreciate the bright fruitiness that you smell. Then sometimes the spiciness devolves into earthy incensiness that takes over everything else. We'll see what happens with this one. Yeah, it's good, but the flavor just like it's just like a bit much. It's all bracteal. It's all just like the sticky, polleny, cryo shaky stuff. That's the active ingredient hops. Just it's like all that, just sticky, stinky flour stuff. Which is what hops really are. But I just want to be able to pull out fruits a bit more. Yeah, and that's getting a little bit more just furry, foresty, herbal type stuff. Almost like sage or something. They do say a dry, subtly herbal finish. Hmm. Yeah, as I drink it, I'm getting more of a lime thing. It's sort of a lime zest, lime pith, a bit, a little bit lemony. It doesn't really get to orange or like I don't really get tropical fruits or something. That's probably why Motueka is not really taken off by itself. It doesn't bring a lot of the juiciness that other hops can bring. Pretty nice soft feel. There's a little bit of a textury thing. Definitely lots of hop oils drawing out my tongue. Otherwise, low in bitterness. And there's a bit of a tangy thing lingering. Maybe this could be a little better if you let it sit a bit. But who knows if like any of that haze is gonna fall out, and we'll kind of lose some of the phenolic characters, the polyphenols, and some of the bright fruitier compounds will kind of stay in solution, come out more. I don't know. Usually, IPAs do not get better unless you're like drinking it, the day it was canned. Then maybe you think you could let it sit and things could settle out and get better. But usually not. Carbonation's good. But at least the way that this beer uses Motueka, it kind of has some of my current gripes that I have with Galaxy. So this is not like mentholy and green like Galaxy. But it has this kind of earthy thing that takes over a little bit. Definitely very drinkable, but a little bit disappointing. Especially this is expensive. But I think probably because they just loaded it with maybe too much Motueka hops. This one was like $19.40 for a 4-pack, I think. But it just doesn't quite hit the mark. Maybe the next batch, if they do it again, they'll nail it better. It's probably what a lot of people want, but I don't want it to be too sweet and too tropical and candy-like and stuff. But this is just not enough of that. The smell, I guess I probably like more. So with this one, 4.09. It's pretty damn good.